New Year's Address of President Andrzej Duda. Dear compatriots, ladies and gentlemen. We live in dangerous times. There is a full-scale war going on beyond our eastern border. There hasn't been one in Europe since the end of World War II. Brutal Russian aggression against an independent and democratic Ukraine brought death, pain and suffering. This is a war with no end in sight. We in Poland, like no one else in the world, see the enormity of human tragedies every day with our own eyes. We meet mothers and children who seek shelter with us, escaping from the nightmare of war. They are our guests. The effects of this barbaric aggression also affect our country, Poland. Energy crisis, rising prices, economic slowdown, uncertainty about what tomorrow will bring. We have to say it straight, the imperial policy of Putin's Russia is responsible for all this. Unfortunately, the consequences of this war in the coming year will not suddenly disappear. We will still have to deal with them. However, despite this uncertainty, despite these numerous challenges and problems, as Poles, we opened our hearts and homes to our neighbors in need. We did not allow ourselves to be divided, we did not succumb to Russian propaganda and disinformation. This is a phenomenon that the whole world is talking about, an attitude we can be proud of. We all passed the exam of humanity, solidarity and patriotism brilliantly in 2022. I would like to thank you once again with all my heart. Ladies and gentlemen. When running for re-election, I committed myself to be the president of Polish affairs, and this is what I am guided by every day. Today, the absolutely most important Polish issue is security. The security of Poland, the security of Polish women and men. And I wanted to assure you with all my might that Poland is safe. I will do everything to strengthen this security in the beginning of 2023. Both military security, hence the unprecedented increase in spending on the development and modernization of our army, hence the huge purchases, internal security and security of our borders. Today, everyone agrees with us that the prelude to the Russian aggression against Ukraine was a hybrid attack on the Polish border with the territory of Belarus. It was a test of our determination, a test of whether we are prepared. As a country, we did it perfectly. Our uniformed services, border guard, police, fire brigade, but also soldiers deserve the greatest respect for this. However, the energy, health and economic security of Polish families is equally important. These matters will be extremely important in the coming year. The more so that it will be an election year, which, as we know, brings even more political disputes and emotions. That is why I am already appealing to the entire political class. Matters concerning the security of Poles must transcend political divisions. They must be excluded from the party dispute. Just like in the past, Poland's accession to NATO and the European Union was a common goal above divisions. I would like to emphasize it once again, Poland's presence in the North Atlantic Alliance and in the European Union is Poland's raison d'etat. NATO membership and an alliance with the United States are our military security. And membership in the European Union means our economic security and development opportunities. And we need this development after the pandemic and the effects of the war very much. That is why I was and still am a supporter of a wise compromise with the European Commission. Poland and Poles deserve funds from the Reconstruction Fund. We have a right to them. That is why in February, on the eve of the outbreak of war, I proposed a compromise. Ending this dispute is in the interest of both Poland and the European Union as a community. Because in these difficult times, unity should be the most important thing. But it must be a wise and fair compromise that does not violate the provisions of the Constitution and guarantees the legal security of Poles. This is fundamental for me. Dear compatriots. We Poles have been in Europe for over 1,000 years. We have a great history of which we can be proud. And we have a great future ahead of us. In the beginning of 2023, we can achieve success as a state and as a society. But we have to work together. That is why I wish you that we would be able to rise above what makes us different and look for what unites us. So that, regardless of our views or beliefs, we can talk kindly to each other and that we can always shake hands for consent. Happy New Year.